It's honey extracting time. I've got a 3-step method on how to get your supers off the hive that keeps the bees calm. It's kind of a 3-step, so you kind of work through the stages and it gets them completely free of bees, or 99% free of bees. So this is where we start with the smoker. I've got it lit, and I'm just using pine needles because it's quick and easy, but we're gonna knock on the front door, let everybody know that we're here. We're gonna put some puffs under the lid as I open it up, and the super that we're taking off is gonna be this top one. So I just want to give everybody the idea that we're here, and they're really chill, even though it's getting a little bit cool in the evening here. So the first step number 1 is get them on the run. That's how Jerry used to explain it. So we're going to smoke them. And again, this is a white smoke, so I'm keeping a cool smoke, but what I'm trying to do is basically get them headed down through the stack of boxes. So like Jerry said, get them on the run. So we get them started, get them on the run, and then step 2 is a fume board. So this uses the heat of the sun to heat up on the back side this felt pad that has your juice in it. And so there's a couple of different ones. Bigo, I always say that one, it works the best, but it kind of smells like puke. And then there's Fisher's Bee Quick, and this I'm using today is Honey Bee Gone. So this is basically the similar formula as the Fisher's Bee Quick, and it's kind of a cherry. To me, it smells like cherry, so I prefer that. So I'm gonna give some squirts onto this fume board, a little extra juice because the sun is not out, but we'll set this up here, and that will drive the bees down through the supers. So while this is working, I'm going to kind of show you the rest of this process. This is an incredible tip for pulling honey supers. This is a full sheet baking sheet. These are aluminum heavy duty sheets. You can get them at restaurant supply stores, or you can get them online. Amazon has them in like a 6-pack. These are awesome because it fits a super almost exactly, and these are really nice. I use these in the back of the truck because it catches all the drips. It also slides on the truck bed nice and easy. So that's a good tip. And so what we're going to do today, we're going to pull this super, and then I have a tote here. So this is the hive butler. There's all kinds of cool uses for a hive butler, and this one that we're using today is to pull honey frames, and I can put the lid on. Everything is secured. I can haul it in the house, and it's completely bug proof, and also keeps all the drips into the box. So that's incredible. When we're doing mass quantities, when I'm pulling, all the yards at the house, I use all these trays in the back of the truck and put a regular outer cover on top of them. So whenever you're pulling honey, try not to do that in the dearth. You want to, because everybody's going to want this honey, including the bees that you're taking it from. So we're going to get it clean of bees, put it on the tray, slap a lid on it. It goes in the truck immediately. Okay, we're going to check and see how this is working. And that's doing its job. So now we're going to move on to step 3. That is a leaf blower. And I like to use an electric leaf blower. I do not get a commission, but my favorite is this Cobalt. This is an 80 volt Cobalt, so it's really high volume, high speed, 140 miles per hour, blah, blah, blah. But it throws out a lot of airflow. So what I do is, I've got just a sheet of scrap plywood here. I aim this box at the entrance to the hive, and then I'm just going to sweep up and down the frames to get those last few stragglers of bees, especially along the end bars. And then I'm going to flip it around, blow them out from the bottom side. You get different airflow that way, and then flip them back and clean them up. So here we go. Spin it around. Yep, they're almost all completely gone out of this box. One last bit. Okay, now lift with your knees, not your back.